Meet the Broshears, a hard-working family of four that lives in Seymour, a small town in southern Indiana. Both Kyle and his wife Leah grew up on farms in rural Jackson County, a county famous for its diverse agricultural production. Leah was very active in 4-H and showed livestock along with her brother and sisters. They were both very active in FFA and worked with pigs in their younger lives, which developed a passion for raising livestock. That leads us to this point in their lives. Farming, like many other industries, has gotten harder to enter, and Kyle and Leah knew that they would never be able to afford the investments and operating finances to farm the way their families had before them. They still have a passion for agriculture and a desire to raise their children with chores, responsibility, and an appreciation of the rewards that come through sacrifice only a farm can offer. So, in 2014, the Broshears applied for a permit to construct a swine finishing barn on Leah's family's farm. They received a unanimous favorable recommendation from the Jackson County Plan Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals. Things seemed to be looking up, and the dream of bringing their family back into production ag seemed to be closer to a reality. Those dreams all came crashing down when they opened their mail one day in November. A group of disgruntled people had filed a lawsuit challenging the approval of the Broshears permit. So Leah, what was your initial reaction when you read the allegations?
Our first reaction, we were very shocked. We couldn't believe that a group of people would be so against us raising pigs in a secluded and rural part of Jackson County that is zoned for agriculture, that they would go as far as hiring attorneys to kill our project before it ever started.
So you had gone around to notify neighbors, that's required. Kyle, tell me about the process of doing that.
We just took off one weekend and started driving around the county blocks there. You're only required to notify people that have adjoining property to our property, but we thought that we would go ahead out as far as 1.5 miles, knocking on doors, and we were passing out a pamphlet of information that we'd put together explaining the truth about our farm and how it would operate, as well as listing our phone numbers and our email addresses so that if they had any future questions that they could be answered. And the response was really pretty good. There wasn't anybody that wasn't willing to talk to us about it, and there were a lot of questions that were asked, and I didn't leave a single residence until I felt like I had calmed any concerns that they might have.
So Leah, how many people got in touch with you after the fact as their concerns started to mount?
No one. Not a single person contacted us via phone or email.
So regardless of what the neighbors thought at that point, you had to go through the legal system for your zoning. Tell me about that process and how that transpired.
We had to apply for a special permit with the Jackson County Plan Commission and appear before them and answer questions just to lay out the details of our project, and we were unanimously approved with a favorable recommendation in September. And then we had to move on to the Board of Zoning Appeals in October, and we also received a unanimous vote in our favor that night as well.
Well, those two things must have been encouraging. So when you got the allegations, Leah, what was your reaction?
We were very shocked that a group of people would get together to try to stop our project before it ever started.
Not only did they sue us, they also sued the entire county for approving the project in the first place. Every single member that's on the Board of Zoning Appeals was sued individually. One member who, due to health issues, wasn't even there that night, didn't even vote. He's wrapped up in this lawsuit as well.
Well, it sounds like you have your hands full. How do situations like this affect production agriculture?
Agriculture really seems to be under attack. If it's not the dust or the large equipment or the noise from operating your farm, it's the odor that they complain about. People in this country really need to understand what it takes for production agriculture to feed a nation. Homeowners are allowed to go and build homes in the countryside, and they don't ever have to get the farmer's approval ahead of time. But when the farmer wants to actually produce something, then look out, here come the lawsuits. We feel like if we allow these people to continue to shut out agriculture, and especially in our case, then this might be the template that's used everywhere. When we first started this process, a man by the name of Gary Bays contacted us. He writes an editorial column called Defending Agriculture, and he wrote about our case specifically. But he is also an attorney and was the lead counsel on the Randolph County Maxwell milling cases. And he secured a victory for agriculture in each one of those cases. He was once asked how he feels about these nuisance suits, and his comment was, "You can't let the rabble-rousers run you off the playing field." Leah and I couldn't agree more.
So, Leah, what are your thoughts as you consider the financial impact that this is having on your family?
We need help. This farm is taking everything we have to finance, and there's nothing more for us to leverage. The interest rate that we once had to secure this operation is gone, and who knows what interest rates will be by the time we're through with litigation.
What exactly is this court case costing your family?
So far, we've received invoices totaling over $40,000, and the first court hearing isn't even scheduled until July, and who knows what an appeal could end up costing. The best consensus from those that we've talked to put this at a six-figure estimate.
So, what can people do to help you and your family stand up for agriculture?
The opposition, in a sense, have crowdfunded their lawsuit against us. They are trying to bully us out of this process by crushing us with attorney fees. We would like to level that playing field by our GoFundMe campaign, and would love for you to assist us at www.gofundme.com/saveourbacon.
Any amount that's donated would be greatly appreciated, and we'll do everything that we can to live up to the generosity of those donations. We want everybody to know that Leah and I have no intention of profiting from these donations. Anything that is given above and beyond the cost of our legal expenses, we will then donate to agriculture organizations like the Indiana Ag Law Foundation, for example. That's a nonprofit organization that offers litigation assistance for agriculture cases. They've been very instrumental in helping us, and we hope that we can return that favor. Our hope is that when other people hear about our story, they're going to want to take up arms with us, so to speak. We're hoping that they're going to want to take a stand for agriculture and help us combat some of the misinformation and the lies. We're not ready to accept just yet that American families would prefer to import the meat that they serve on their dinner tables each night rather than have it grown right here in America on our own family farms.